Hi guys, my name's Amy. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for coming, and if you're not new here, thank you for coming back. I am struggling to get this video today, not because I don't want to, because my camera is possessed. So today's video is going to be a 37-week pregnancy update. If you have not followed along my channel so far, I am a mother of 4, soon to be 5. This is baby number 5. He was achieved after several years, I say several, 2.5 years of trying, and secondary unexplained infertility. We did some medicated cycles, we did some other stuff, and we ended up achieving this beautiful baby boy through IVF pregnancy. So that's where we're at, and now we're almost in the home stretch. So I'm just gonna give you an update on 37 weeks, how he's doing, how I'm doing, what's going on in our house in preparation for the baby, and a little bit of what's going on in the world. So if you're interested in any of that, just stay tuned. Okay, so first of all, I'm sorry if the lighting's off. I'm sorry if there's background noise. My camera is being ridiculous and trying to choose autofocus points everywhere but here. So I've tried to set it on just one focal point, but it's like there's something wrong with the screen. It just manually touches other places. It's a problem with the touch screen. Anyway, also I have the air conditioning cranked down way lower because we're at that weird time of year where like, it's not like hot outside, but it's starting to get a little bit muggy. So the air conditioning won't kick on because it's not hot enough in the house, but it's sticky. So I turned it way down. Also got the fan going because I'm 37 weeks pregnant and I'm sweating. So if any of those things bother you, I apologize. Nothing I can do about it. Also, my phone's dinging, but I'm not sure where I sat it, and I don't really want to get up and go find it. And I really also hope there's nothing embarrassing in the frame here. Can I move you? Just a little, like that. I don't know what's on the end tables behind me. So listen. 37 weeks, baby boy is the size of a canary melon. I have no idea what a canary melon is. I've never seen one. I've never eaten one, but he's the size of one. Or Pooh's honey jar. I don't know if they're talking about like they did a live action movie and had a honey jar, or if you're supposed to comparatively know what size his honey jar is in the cartoons. But the size of Pooh's honey jar. Or for those of you that grew up in the 80s and 90s, he's the size of a Doc Marten boot. I know what size that is. Anyway. According to my What to Expect app, he is gaining ½ an ounce a day, or about ½ a pound a week. I don't know if they mean that as in between the two, because ½ an ounce a day would only be about 4 ounces a week, and ½ a pound is 8 ounces. So between 1/4 and ½ a pound a week, I don't know. He's also, well, okay, it says he's 19 inches, or possibly, yeah, about 19 inches, and he's continuing to grow. I doubt he'll continue to grow if he's already 19 inches because I have short babies. I was reading something that said that boy babies are bigger than girl babies. And I don't know. Like, I feel like Emma, my firstborn, was my smallest baby at just literally like ½ an ounce shy of 8 pounds. My boys were 8.5 pounds, like 8, 9, and 8, 4. And then Lily, my fourth baby, was 9 pounds, 3 ounces. So I don't know if I buy into that. And he feels really small, like not small, but he feels smaller, I think, than I feel like Lily did. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see how big he is. He's done a lot of his developmenting. He's done a lot of his developing, like I said last week, but he's able to grip small objects now, like little thumbs or his little nose, so he's practicing doing that. He's likely sucking his thumb a lot in preparation for learning to nurse or feed in some fashion. So yeah, that's basically, he's just hanging out, stretching, sucking his thumb, making me uncomfortable. Bless him. You know, like you get to a point in pregnancy where you're like, I'm just done, I'm ready to meet my baby, I want this baby out. Like, I joke about that. I've joked about it for the last couple of weeks, like, okay, I'm done now. I'm actually done now. I'm done. I want to meet my baby, and for so many reasons relating to how I'm feeling and what's going on around me right now. I want him out. I want him to be out of my body and in my arms, and I'm just done. But I will cook him for as long as he needs to be cooked. But I'm not gonna lie, I hope this is the last pregnancy update. For me, how am I feeling? I'm tired. I'm tired. Let me just say that one more time. I'm happy to help him grow, but I'm really ready to meet him. So obviously whenever he is ready, he will make his debut. My blood pressure has started to creep up ever so slightly. It's not even, well, most readings, it's not even what would be considered like high blood pressure for pregnancy, but it is definitely elevated above normal. So I have started doing some things. I've been taking magnesium anyway, but I've added a CalMag. I've taken the magnesium out and added a CalMag supplement. I'm upping my protein intake, making sure that I'm plenty hydrated, and I am taking a tincture. Hawthorn Linden tincture. Oh my Lord. I knew I'd get it. I'm taking a tincture to help with the blood pressure, and then just generally kind of self-imposed bed rest. I'm not joking when I say that this is the first human thing that I've done all week. Maybe like half human things, like Tim and I did go to the store. But yeah, this is the first like human thing. Like I got up, got dressed in real clothes, put makeup on. My hair is freshly washed, but I have not styled it, so I apologize. But yeah, I've just been kind of really taking it easy. I hope the autofocus is not going really crazy right now. I'm so sorry. So sorry. So Tim's working from home now. I've been able to take it easy a lot. Just because, you know, social distancing in a time of global pandemic. So my Braxton Hicks are more intense now when I get them. They're definitely not regular, and they're not like, oh my gosh, I'm going into labor. But they are more intense. I forgot how intense Braxton Hicks could be without actually being real contractions. So that's super fun. All of the hydration and extra eating, packing in protein for my blood pressure has had me up and down to the bathroom much more often, which is not my favorite, but it is what it is. My cervix is still high and really posterior, so I don't know if it's dilated or opening or effacing or anything like that. I can't find it. It's in there. I just don't know where it's at. Well, I do know where it's at. I just can't reach that far. And it's really not that important to me. With Emma, she was my very, very first baby, and I remember going in for my check, my 37-week checkup with the hospital midwives, and they checked my cervix, and I was at like 3 centimeters, and I was so excited at 37 weeks to be 3 centimeters. No, it was 36 weeks. 36 weeks I was at 3 centimeters. At 37 weeks I was at 4, and I was like, yeah, we're having a baby. Yeah, she was not born at 37 weeks or even 38 weeks. She was born at like 38 and 2 or 3. I don't remember exactly, but it was not 36 weeks. I've always been dilated. I actually was admitted to the hospital 2 weeks before Alex was born because I was at 5 centimeters, which can be subjective depending on who's measuring it, but it was definitely above 4, and they usually consider 5 centimeters to be active labor. Yeah, they sent me home. He was born 2 weeks later via artificial rupture of my membranes. They broke my water to get him to come out. So yeah, it really means nothing. It's just kind of a reference. I'm having one of those Braxton Hicks we're talking about. Okay, so that's all that's going on with me. As far as our birth plan goes, it has probably morphed. A couple of weeks ago, we were looking to just go into labor and delivery and say, hey, we're here to have a baby, because I don't have a healthcare provider at the hospital or an OB/GYN assigned to me. That's a whole nother story. You can go back and check out my pregnancy update playlist for that information. But yeah, so I do have a dear friend of mine whom I love so very much, and she is also the one who delivered Lily and Jacob when we were living in Oregon. She is a midwife. She is not responsible for my care, but she's happy to answer any questions that I have. So she is an invaluable resource to me during this pregnancy. But we have decided that we are all prepared. We have all the supplies that we need. We're just going to have this baby at home. So for those that are watching this, I don't know, in the future, we are amidst a global outbreak of the coronavirus, the novel coronavirus, COVID-19. So my family has chosen to self-isolate. We have a lot of people that we love that are in at-risk categories. I have an autoimmune disorder, I'm pregnant, and I have asthma, which puts me in 3 categories that put me at higher risk. So we're just choosing to self-isolate. The hospitals are already overworked. The goal of self-isolation is to flatten the curve and not cause the hospital systems to be overrun. I have never needed to actually have a hospital birth. I've had no complications. My labors are very quick. I've never needed interventions. They did break my water and induce me with my son because I was having migraines, and we just figured it was better for him to be out than in with the migraine medication that I was needing, but that's not the case this time. So, I mean, I feel like it is not necessary, and I don't want to take up resources at the hospital with staff and supplies and things that could be used for somebody who really needs them. Additionally, I don't want to go to the hospital and risk being exposed and then end up getting sick and getting pneumonia or being in ICU, because I am a high risk person for complications if I do get infected, and I don't want to be separated from my baby after he's born. So the focus thing is doing a thing again. So I think that what we're just gonna do is, obviously we'll play it by ear. We're very close to the fire station. We're very close to the hospital. If there's complications and we need a hospital or a doctor or medical staff, we can get to them very, very quickly. So we are planning to have a home birth today. The final supplies arrived for that. We got to get a new hose for the birth tub, and then umbilical scissors to cut the umbilical cord. We have like clamps and all that stuff. So that is the plan right now. Basically, we're just waiting on this baby. We're waiting for him to come out. I would really appreciate him being born, because then Tim gets 2 weeks off of work paid because he has paternity leave, which would allow us to self-isolate for 2 more weeks without him having to worry about work. He is telecommuting right now, but he does have to go into the office 1 or 2 days a week at this time, just because he does IT and some of it's hands-on stuff that he actually has to be present for. So the IT staff is rotating in and out of the building, so there's only 1 of them in at a time to limit exposure. But it's still a thing. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna give you guys a picture of what this baby bump looks like now, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So, baby number 5 at 37 weeks. Him's definitely getting bigger and lower. I'm sorry about the screaming in the background. I have children. Yeah, so there's where we're at. So that is where we're at for 37 weeks. If you don't want to miss my upcoming pregnancy updates, or hopefully baby announcement, then go ahead and like and subscribe down below. And I will see you back here next week, either for a pregnancy update or a welcome to the world baby announcement. So subscribe so you don't miss it, and I will see you back here next time. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful day.